Hey everyone, welcome to another video. This video is pretty exciting because I'm gonna be trying out the new Catrice update for spring summer 2022. They came out with a bunch of new products and I picked some up that I thought were very interesting. So let's get right into it. So Catrice always updates their collection 2 times a year, just like Essence. They do it in the spring summer and then they do it in the fall winter, and then they take out a bunch of products out of their collection, and then they also give us a lot of new things. And I love to try this out. I love to try the new things, so that is what I'm always doing, and that is what I'm doing today. I don't have a full face of makeup, but I'm just gonna show you everything that I got, show you some swatches, some close-ups, and then I'm just gonna try everything that I have on my face. So I have 7 products here in front of me. The update wasn't too gigantic this year. They didn't do a lot of crazy things. No entire new lip lines and things like that. As far as I know, it wasn't too crazy. One of the things that I think is the most interesting part of this update is actually the new Hint of Mint eyeshadow palette from the Pro Slim eyeshadow palette line. I tried one of their Pro Slim palettes at the last update. That one was a kind of neutrally one. It had some purples in there, some greens. I really actually liked that one. I used it quite a bit and I quite enjoyed it. This is the inside of the Hint of Mint palette. We have a lot of neutral browns, kind of chocolatey browns, and then we have some interesting shimmers. This is kind of like an iridescent green shimmer, this one over here, but we also have this darker green shimmer. We have a few different interesting shades in here. I think it's quite a pretty color story. For me, it would have been complete if there was a darker kind of tealy green matte in here, but I think it looks kind of cute. It looks like a chocolate chip, chocolate and mint kind of eyeshadow palette, and I think I'm gonna quite like this because I do really like these tones of neutral, so I can't wait to try this out because I quite like the other one. Then I also got the Glow Lover Oil-Infused highlighter. So you might know that the Oil-Infused blush is actually one of my favorite blushes in my collection. I really love that one. So they came out with a new product in this line. This is the one called Glowing Peony, and this is a highlighter powder that is infused with Caring Oil Complex, smooth mineral baked powder textured for soft glowy cheeks. And this looks kind of like a cool toned pink, a light pink shade. Very interesting. It looks kind of powdery in the swatch here. I don't know what I think of that. It doesn't look extremely glowy. It doesn't look like much in the swatch. It doesn't. Of course, we are dealing with some interesting lighting today because it's already dark out. We don't have any sunlight. We just have the studio lights. But I don't see any shine here. So we're gonna see how that is gonna look on my cheeks. I will just show you again on my finger. So this is what it looks like on my finger from really up close. It's like a really light baby pink, maybe a little bit lilac. I really don't know how this is gonna look. I don't know if this is gonna work out. But sometimes with highlighters you really have to see it on the face before you can really tell. Then I got the Ultra Last Fixing Spray, the new one. This one is transfer proof, waterproof. It doesn't have alcohol and it doesn't have perfume. This sounds really interesting to me and I hope this is gonna work because I have to wear masks quite a bit. And sometimes I wear makeup under my mask and then I want it to last, but I have very sensitive skin and alcohol, perfume, things like that, they break me out and they gave me rashes, they gave me eczema. So this actually sounds like it would be amazing if it does what it promises and if the sprayer is good, but it does look like a pretty good spray and I'm gonna try it in a bit. I'm gonna see if this is good, but it's already pretty late at night, so I'm not gonna be able to test if this makes my makeup stay on. But I will test it and definitely come back to you and tell you what I think. Then I also got this Pore SOS Spot Treatment 2% BHA. And this is an impurity like spot treatment. So this is from the skincare line, but I actually thought it sounded pretty interesting. I have some spots here and there sometimes, and then it would be nice to have something like this if it really works. Usually Catrice skincare does intrigue me, and often I do buy something, but I never feel like it really changes my life and it's that amazing. So I'm gonna see if this is really gonna make my impurities disappear. I'm gonna try it, but I can't really tell you right now. I can't really try it right now. Maybe I can just put a little bit on this little pimple that I have here just for fun, but I'm gonna put on makeup in a second. So I don't know if this is gonna do anything, but otherwise I will come back to you and I will tell you how I feel. This is difficult to tell you right now. Okay, I also got something pretty interesting for me. Catrice came out with a CleanID 24 hours Hyper Hydro Skin Tint. This is from their kind of natural, good for the skin and no bad ingredients line. And this is their take on a skin tint. I never wear skin tints. I never wear foundations. I only have ever worn like theater makeup when I was in a play or a musical, but next to that, I never really apply face makeup like this. I always just use a little bit of concealer. It's just what I like. It is just what I'm into. But it's Catrice, and I just thought that you guys would be interested to see if this is something. Of course, I can't really compare it to anything because I never wear skin tints or foundations or anything. But still, I was really intrigued because this is a very cheap way to try something like this. So I was just curious. I just want to see. And maybe I should let go of that idea that I never wear that and just try something sometimes. Doesn't mean that I have to keep wearing it always. But I'm also a little bit scared that if I start wearing things like this, I will actually stop liking the way my skin looks as much. So that's kind of why I never really got into things like this. But I'm gonna try it. Then I also got 2 lip products, and that's gonna be everything that I got for this video. So I got the Better Than a Fake Lips Volume Gloss in the shade Luminous Rose, and I think I'm just gonna put this on right now because my lips are a little bit dry, and I have something else that I also want to try, another lip product, so then I can try them both in this video. Gotta love stickers. Never know what to do with stickers. Okay, hopefully this isn't gonna sting too much. It doesn't sting or anything. It doesn't feel minty or anything. It just feels like kind of a balmy lip balm. It isn't sticky. It isn't feeling weird. It is quite lightly pigmented. It doesn't have a lot of pigment. Yeah, it looks pretty. It looks pretty and shiny, but would I think this is a volume gloss if I didn't know that the name was volume gloss? I wouldn't think so. And then the last product that I got is the new Drunken Diamonds Plumping Lip Balm. So also plumping. And this kind of makes me think of the lip balms that were in the Princess collection, like the Princess collab with Essence and Catrice. It has this shimmery outside, and I'm guessing that this is gonna be pretty see-through, like not a lot of pigment. So let me just swatch that next to the highlighter. So this is the swatch of the lip balm. It has more pigment than I thought. We're just gonna see at the end of the video. I'm gonna apply that one as well. The things that I'm most interested in this video are actually the eyeshadow palette, I think. And then I'm pretty curious to try the skin tint. I think, should I put on the skin tint first and then put on the eyeshadow? I think I'm gonna do that, because then I will have all the freedom to blend the skin tint how I want. Okay, let me just put some of this on my finger. It's pretty runny. It looks like an interesting shade. It looks really, really yellow. Way too yellow for me. And this is supposed to be neutral ivory. I don't know about that. Just gonna put a little bit. Who am I? What am I doing? I'm putting on a skin tint. Who would have thought? Okay, I'm taking this flat brush that I like to use for primers and things. And let me see what happens. Okay, why does this look terrible? What is going on? Am I doing something wrong? It is so yellow for sure. It looks really weird on my chin. I don't know how to feel about this. Just blending this out. It's not that liquidy. It already feels kind of dry. Does this look better or worse? I feel like this really really made my skin look so dry, and it really emphasized so many lines and texture. I don't know if I can show you this, but it's like it seeped into every little line that I got. Like, wow, that looks bad. I don't know if it's the lighting or if this is just terrible. Let me see if I can kind of zoom you in and show you. Can you see this around my forehead? It is just like I'm the most wrinkly person that has ever existed. And everything just seeped right in there. And that's also what happened on my chin here. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, I hate this. I do. I don't know if it's the lighting. I don't know what's going on here, but I don't like this. Or could it be my application method? Should I try... Oh, wait. Should I try a little bit more? I don't know what I'm doing. At least doesn't have the craziest amount of coverage, I feel. Just putting on a little bit more and seeing how I feel about it then. Just applying a little bit more on the forehead and blending it. It's not like the color looks so terrible in the end because it's not that pigmented. So I guess I can kind of get away with it, but my skin is not yellow at all. Okay, how do I feel? At least it does really dry down. But it just looks terrible. At least in this lighting, my forehead looks terrible. I don't know if this is what foundations always look like up close. If this is normal and you just shouldn't look at it from too up close. I guess on camera you don't really see it because it's so kind of subtle. I don't know. I feel like I hate it, but I should try it again sometime because who knows. But oh, my nose looks terrible. Oh, that looks absolutely terrible. Do you see this? How did this happen? And it's like peeling off. What is this? Okay, I don't know how this is supposed to go, if this is normal, but this is peeling off. I would say for now this is pretty much a fail. I don't know if I don't get it or what is going on here, if I should try it some other way. Don't only look at this review and think, okay, that's not good, because other people with other skin might like this. Other people that have more experience with these types of products might like it. But oh boy, this really doesn't make me want to wear foundation or anything like that. Guess I'm just gonna leave it like this and move on to the eyeshadow palette. But this at least didn't make my skin look better. I'm just really confused right now. I feel like it looks so dry. Okay, let's zoom in and do some eyeshadow. Okay, I definitely have more faith in this Hint of Mint eyeshadow palette. Let's see. I think I'm just gonna take the shade Velvet, and I'm also gonna take the shade Shady and kind of start working that into the crease. So first gonna take that shade of Velvet on the crease brush. My experience with these palettes is that when you start building with the lighter shades first, it's a bit harder to really get the pigment, to really get an impactful look. But I still want to keep trying, and I still want to see if that is also the case with this palette, what happens with this palette. By the way, I'm already wearing eye primer. I'm wearing my trusty old Etos eye primer that I always use when I'm trying new eyeshadows. But this shade already looks good. I just really want to see if this palette is the same as that other palette. Now I'm gonna go in the shade called Shady. I really like these tones. I think these would be very nice for everyday looks, neutral looks. These shades are a little bit powdery in the pan. That is something to note. Not extremely powdery, but there is some kick up in the pan. I feel like this is gonna be a pretty quick and easy look. These eyeshadows are kind of blending themselves. And then I'm gonna go into the shade called Poise. So kind of like the chocolatey brown shade. and see if we can deepen up this look. Oh, that is pretty impactful. That's pretty pigmented. That looks nice. No complaints there. Okay. Doing the same on the other eye. Not being very precise. Just slapping it on and trying it out. Still not like crazy pigment, but it's a nice look. It's kind of similar in pigment, I think, to that other palette. This is the deepest shade in the palette, and it's not like, wow, that is a deep shade that you just put in your outer corner. And it's not like the most buildable formula. That is kind of the issue with this. But if you take one of these deeper shades, at least with the other palette that I have, and you take that first, then it looks good. So if you like the color story, you can work with it, but you just have to know how. Or you have to be completely okay with having softer looks. That's also absolutely fine. Then I want to go into the shimmer called Snazzy, and I'm going to take that on my finger and put that in the outer part, on the outer part of the lid over here. This is kind of like a red brown. It is pretty satin. It's not blowing my mind, but it's pretty. It's a pretty shimmer, but it's nothing revolutionary. It's just a satin. I feel like this might be a shade that's gonna get some heartburn. It already looks a little bit hard bent. That is not amazing. Okay, now I want to go into the shade called Spectacle over here. I'm going to take that on my finger as well. And kind of put that in the middle of my eyelid. Like this. I think this one is a little bit more shiny. It's really going in. Yeah, I like that shade a lot better. Just putting that in the middle here as well. And then next up I'm going to take the shade that is called Dazzling over here, the shimmer over here. This is kind of like a mix of champagne and green, which I think is pretty interesting. But that looks very satin. Kind of powdery. I don't think that's looking amazing. It's okay, but not like amazingly shiny. Taking a little bit of Spectacle again, kind of blending that. Yeah, I feel like this shimmer looks kind of powdery and not really impactful. I can't really pick it up much on my finger. Going back into Spectacle, kind of blending this out. The look is becoming pretty, but I don't know if I think this palette is amazing and you should run out and go and grab it. I think these shimmers are okay. Now I'm gonna go into the matte mint shade, and I just want to try it out. So I'm gonna put that in my inner corner just to see how pigmented it is. But probably after that I'm gonna put a shimmer on top. I'm just gonna see how I feel about it. Just taking this on a pencil brush. There is some pigment there. It's not terrible, but it's also not like bam in your face mint. It is a bit on the softer side. So that is a mint shade. You can see it, but there are brighter pastels in my collection for sure. I have brighter mint shades in my collection that do show up a lot more. Now I'm going to take the shade Frosty and I'm going to put that on top and see how that one looks. This one swatched pretty interesting, very iridescent, but I don't know if this is gonna look good on top of this matte shade now. Yeah, that isn't really working out. What is going on here? I was rooting for you. I thought you were gonna be good. Why does everything look so dry and just very powdery? Okay, I'm gonna take the shade Whisper, this one on my lower lash line. Just gonna keep going and seeing where we end up and how I feel in the end. That's a pretty nice pigmented shade. I have like a clay brown, pretty nice. And then I'm gonna take the shade called Intuition and I'm gonna put that on the lower lash line as well. Just want to try a few of the shades and see how I feel. This is also a good one for deepening up. Just don't know what is going wrong here. What is going on here? What am I doing? What is different about this palette? I'm going to take the shade Charm and I'm going to put that on the lower lash line. The last step to this look. Adding a little bit of that shimmer. I don't know if it's really going to save anything. If it's really going to help anything. Okay, this is the look for now. I am just gonna clean up under my eyes a little bit, put on some mascara. I'm gonna put on a little bit of bronzer, a little bit of blush, and then we can try the highlighter. Okay, so I put on some mascara and I don't think the eyeshadow looks that bad. I feel like it would probably look more shiny if I had some different lighting here. I just have to get used to filming in the dark a little bit as well. But I do feel like the inner corner just looks a little bit chalky right now. The rest I think is quite alright, quite okay. I think if I tried the eyeshadow palette a little bit more in different lighting, then I would probably end up quite liking it. I quite like the mattes as well. I'm not saying I hate it already. I still feel like there's a chance for this eyeshadow palette to be kind of good. Okay, let's get into this highlighter because I'm really curious when it comes to this highlighter because I love the blush, but this, I don't know, is this gonna be chalky? Is this gonna look chalky? I'm just gonna try it and hope for the best. I'm just gonna grab my highlighter brush and let's see how I feel about it. Sometimes highlighters look better on the skin than they do in a swatch, and I do think this looks more shiny on the skin, but it definitely is subtle and it definitely is a light pink. There's potential there, but it's definitely not for people who want something very blinding. There's definitely a glow there. Let me see if I can kind of build it up so you can really see. I might end up liking this. This might end up not being as bad as I thought, because now that I'm looking at it like this in a viewfinder, I kind of like this type of glow. It does have kind of like that glass skin glow in a way. Even though it's not like extremely shiny, it does make my skin look good. Just gonna blend it a little bit with my blush brush. Blend everything together. I always like doing that because otherwise I feel like you always see a little bit of a stripe of highlight. You know what? I quite like it. It has potential. I think it is quite nice. Is it blowing my mind right away? Am I gonna be like, that's my new favorite right away? No, but it is pretty. It does look pretty. It is like a pretty interesting, kind of soft, kind of natural glow from within, but still noticeable highlight. So if that is something you like, I do think it looks quite pretty right now. And I just applied a little bit of lip liner and I'm just gonna put the Drunken Diamond lip balm on top and see how I feel about that. It smells kind of interesting. It smells kind of like sweet fruit or something. This just looks very similar to the Princess lip balms, what I already said. It's just kind of like a tinted lip balm, kind of shiny. It feels comfortable. It is nice for those kind of no makeup looks, softer looks. If you don't want a bam in your face lip look, I quite like this one. I think it looks pretty. I like it. It has a nice scent to it. It's nice. Okay, and now for the last step of everything. And I really hope that this is gonna be good. I am gonna use the Ultra Last Fixing Spray and I'm just gonna go back a little bit. That is like such a harsh spray. What is this? It is like, what is this? This is crazy. It is like aggressive. It is so aggressive with such big droplets. What is this spray? Oh, it's terrible. It is absolutely terrible. Oh, I am completely drenched right now. Let me just grab something to kind of dry this. Well, at least my skin doesn't look as dry and flaky anymore. Now it just looks drenched. Yeah, I guess it did kind of counteract the effect of that. What was it called? Oh, it's over here. The skin tint. I'm shocked. I am kind of shocked. I don't know how to feel today. I don't know how this happened because I usually like most of the things that I try in my video, and I also usually like most of the things that I try from Catrice, so I don't want you to think that I am always this negative. I definitely am not. I don't know what is happening in this video. Alright, so this is the finished look, and I have to say it doesn't look bad. It looks pretty good all in all. I think I look pretty good. But as I said, I am shocked and I was expecting a little bit more from this try on and from this first impression. Let's start with the skin tint. Now that I've put a spray over it, it looks okay, but for the most part during this video my skin looks so dry and crepey and I just look like a very old lady. Nothing against old ladies, but I am not one yet. So then is it necessary to look completely wrinkly? I don't think so. So I didn't like this. I think this doesn't really work for dry skin. You can kind of make it work, I guess, if you spray your face after. But even then, I don't think that this made my skin look much better. When I look in the mirror now, when I look in the viewfinder now, I feel like my skin looks like it usually does. So then do I want to go through the effort of trying to make this work if it doesn't make my skin look any better? That's just my personal opinion. I would definitely recommend checking out other videos on this skin tint because I am not the expert, but I just thought it was fun to try and I did want to give my opinion, and that is my opinion. I think it's a bit risky when you have dry skin to try that one. Then the pore treatment, I will have to let you know how I feel about that. I'll probably not be able to do that in the description box or in a pinned comment just yet, but I will get back to you on this because I think this has some potential. Let me see. The Better Than Fake Lips of Volume Gloss. It is just a nice gloss. It feels quite comfortable. It doesn't feel sticky. It doesn't have a great amount of pigment. It's quite lightly pigmented, but it is just a cute, nice gloss. I don't have any complaints. It's also not blowing my mind. It's just nice. It could be something that when I use it more that I like it more, but I don't feel like this makes my lips look extremely plump or something like that. It just made them a little bit more pink, a little bit more shiny, and just a little bit hydrated. So it's a nice gloss, but I don't think it's gonna be my new favorite. Then the eyeshadow palette. I don't think that this is absolutely terrible, but these shimmers just didn't impress me today. I just feel like this one and this one, they are looking like they're already kind of getting heartburn, and even though I quite like the look and it's kind of cute and it's quite a nice look, I just don't know about this one yet. I can't say go out, run out and grab this. I liked the other one more when I first tried it. I think I do really like this color story, and I think the matte shades in here worked quite nice. I quite liked them. They were a little bit soft, but that was also what I was expecting. I just don't know. I don't absolutely love this look. I'm not blown away, and I just feel like the shimmers are kind of powdery and not as shiny as I was hoping them to be. I am gonna try this palette more. I'm gonna do more looks, and I'm gonna do more looks when it is light out, when there's sun, and see if that kind of changes my opinion on shimmers, because shimmers can sometimes look a little bit more shiny in the sun. But I just went and looked in my bathroom, and when there's some shine or shimmer in my eyeshadow, I can usually see it there, but I didn't really see it. So this is a bit satiny, a little bit too powdery. I'm not super impressed by this one right now. Then the lip balm I quite like. It is lightly pigmented, a nice juicy glowy balm. It's nice. I would recommend it. It's a nice balm. Then the Oil-Infused highlighter. I didn't know at first, but I quite like the way my cheeks are looking right now. Just that glow that you see over here, that type of glow. That is not metallic or anything, but kind of like that glow from within, and it just looks very pretty. I do think you can get that with this one. So I feel like I could really grow to love this one and really grow to like this one. It's just a little bit strange because it looks so powdery in the swatch, but then on the skin it looks quite nice. But it's just really that really natural type of glow. But it's glowy enough for me to really like it. It's just a little bit on a subtle side and kind of like the glow from within side. And then of course we have the spray. I feel like it made my skin look a lot better after I sprayed my skin. It feels kind of like there's a layer on my skin. I do feel kind of like a sticky layer. I don't know how long my makeup will last because of this, but that spray is so aggressive. It is kind of like someone is spraying your face with like a plant spray or something like that. It's something that isn't made to be sprayed on your face. It's like phew, phew, and it's just a lot. It's a lot. So I don't know about the quality of this one, but it feels a little bit sticky. And also I feel like the spray on a spray just has to be good to be a good spray, to be a nice spray, to be user friendly. And this one isn't that. So all in all, I'm not like super excited about these products just yet. I don't feel like there's anything here that has really blown my mind and blown me away. And usually there is. This isn't everything that is in the new Catrice update. If I see other things in store, if I see other things online that also interest me, I will probably pick it up as well and still update you on those. But yeah, I don't know if there are really gonna be favorites in this batch, in this order. I just don't feel that excited about these products. The ones that I like are basically okay. I think the one that I'm gonna end up liking the most is gonna be the highlighter, but for the rest I just don't really feel like I need it in my life. But I'm gonna try it more. I'm gonna get back to you. I'm gonna tell you how I feel after using them a little bit more, because this is just a first impression. This is just the first time I tried them, and that it doesn't say everything usually. Sometimes I can still change my mind. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. And also let me know in the comments if you're planning on picking anything of this up. Is there anything that piqued your interest, or did you already try something? Let me know your thoughts, and then I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.